amazing to me that people have Pancake Coin worth $500 million and they still haven't sold that. But then you have 600 exchanges. Now, most of these entities associated with crypto will go bankrupt. Okay, so it doesn't mean that crypto goes away. It just means that the speculation was so out of control that you had so much hoping and leveraging and betting and gambling going on that the hangover is going to be intense.
Sam Bankman-Fried has tipped the cryptocurrency industry into crisis, but the spectacular implosion of FTX, the exchange he founded, has done the broader financial system a big favor. The curly-haired kingpin was at the forefront of pushing regulators and politicians to legitimize digital assets like Bitcoin. His downfall will slow that process and may even send it into reverse. FTX, which filed for bankruptcy on Friday, presented itself as one of the more sophisticated operators in the unruly cryptocurrency world. The 30-year-old Bankman-Fried personified its quest for mainstream acceptance. He testified to Congress, shared the stage with former world leaders, sponsored a basketball stadium, and hired celebrities to promote FTX's services. The SB recommends that watchdogs treat crypto finance like other institutions under the mantra same activity, same risk, same regulation. FTX's collapse will help regulators hold firm. Surviving exchanges like Binance and Coinbase Global are now arguing for greater transparency and more oversight. But the benefits of crypto in a more regulated world remain unclear. As the Bank for International Settlements Han Song-shin argued earlier this year, central bank money can perform the same functions as a crypto, except perhaps for money laundering and ransomware attacks. So far, the fallout from the FTX debacle seems limited to the crypto world. If that remains the case, it will be because regulators have worked hard to stop digital assets from seeping into mainstream finance. Mr. Tucker is a founder and director of Metalla Royalty and Streaming, as well as a senior analyst and writer for Casey Research. EB says this is the last chance that people have to move assets, and what we are learning is a completely controlled economy. We have moved from a cyclical economy where recessions clean out the undergrowth to a warped crisis economy where politicians and banks determine who and what survives. We are heading for a complete reset. These crisis events will become more dramatic and increasingly like the former Soviet system. Expect universal basic income, more modern monetary theory, followed by increasing capital controls, and eventually a crypto dollar that tracks everyone. With massive debt expansion, $4,000 gold looks increasingly realistic quite soon. In today's video, we listened to Tucker talk about the FTX saga, debunk the rumors surrounding the degree of effect the saga has on other financial systems, and also his prediction for gold. As we get into the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and drop your comments.
I mean, I know Goldman Sachs high-yield savings account that's available online. I think the limit there is $1 million or something that they'll pay interest on. There's all the FDIC guarantees. You start moving the money all over the place. But I think for the average working person, you have to spread yourself out a little bit, right? Like you need money in the bank because you need to pay bills. Okay, that's just the reality, and it's very difficult to avoid that. But you're putting your crypto on a stick and hiding it somewhere is not going to save you. I mean, a really good friend in Los Angeles I had dinner with last week, and he told me that there's a story, you got to hunt for it. I think it's on Medium or one of these more alternative sites, where the guy put the crypto on a cold storage stick, put it in a cereal box, and the feds found him. He was under investigation for something. So the point is, you got to spread yourself out. These are once in a generation type crashes. And so it's difficult to prepare for them a week in advance. But I think you just have to live your life so that if something happens, it's not going to chop off all your limbs. You might lose an arm, but you can certainly keep getting around.
When asked about the contagion spread of the FTX collapse to other financial sectors and a likely collapse for the crypto system, he said that it is very unlikely, and he wouldn't want to bet on that. Let us listen to what he has to say.
So what I bet on is for people to slowly spend a higher and higher percentage of their money trying to keep up while the value of their assets is going down. And once that gets to a point where people start throwing rocks, instead of just griping to each other, I think that then you step in with the next round of stimulating, and that comes with everybody accepting FedCoin, kind of like the checks that came out during the COVID situation. You would have that with FedCoin. Download the digital wallet, get your first Fed coins that you can spend, blah, blah, blah. So my point is that I don't think this system collapsed so easily. I have people that I know very closely that bet on system collapse. And my response to them is, I hope you have a lot of money because it could be a while. Okay, so because you need to be careful betting on something that you don't know when this could happen. Okay, so the Lehman style event is extremely rare as far as probabilities go. The whole country is bankrupt, okay? So it's more important to not to bet on something like this caving in, okay, but to play according to what you see going on. That's what people miss.
In a recent interview, Tucker was also asked about his gold prediction, and while skeptical about what is going on with the precious metal, he had some thoughts to share on it.
1750 today, which makes absolutely no sense. And it stays at 1750 almost as if someone wakes up and has a coffee and knocks it back to 1750. The question is going to be what happens when it breaks out. And when it breaks out, which I think potentially could happen in the beginning of the year, first part of the first quarter is a huge time in gold. Everybody watching this knows that. As soon as this thing breaks, it's going to 2070. As soon as it breaks, it's going to 2070. That's the old high. That's the place where it wants to go on the chart. And so let's do this. Let's get back together before Valentine's Day, like first half of first quarter, and let's see if I was right. Because when this thing goes, it's going to go in a hurry. And my suspicion is it's quiet until the end of the year. And then that first 6 weeks of the year, we could see a lot of action. Remember, that's what happened in January of 2016. I don't know if you remember, but everything was sleepy for a year or two. Boom, it took off and gold went on an epic run. And the gold stocks, the gold royalty stocks went on an even more epic run. So that looks probable right now. It's been about as dry as you can imagine. From what I hear from my dealer network, there's not a lot of people buying. Dealer sales are down. The premiums are coming down. Demand is down. But central banks are buying and wealthy people are buying. And people that know gold are hoarding the gold and holding on to the gold because of the questions you asked me earlier. So get ready, get the things that you need while they're on sale, and let's see if this thing takes off, because when it does go into 2070, it's not coming back.
Tucker is very optimistic about a gold rally early next year, and according to him, we may be seeing new support for the precious metal at its previous high. Do you agree with Tucker's predictions for gold? Let us know what you think in the comments section. For now, please ensure you like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.